Hello, this is Jake Sanders for Wealth EMP's Market Minute. So we had a lot happen last week. No doubt you've probably heard at least a little bit by now about Silicon Valley Bank. So what exactly happened? Well, on Wednesday, the bank came out and announced that it needed to raise an additional $2.25 billion to shore up its balance sheet. Not surprisingly, perhaps, this spooked its depositors, and by the end of the day, Thursday, they had collectively withdrawn over $42 billion. Pretty quickly after that, the Fed stepped in, shuttered the bank, and what was at the beginning of the week, the 16th largest banking institution in our country, was closed. This spooked markets on Friday, in particular the banking sector, and we saw a pretty significant trading off day on Friday to close out the week. So where are we now? What's happened since then? Well, the government has stepped in and said that they will ensure that depositors of that bank, as well as Signature Bank, which was also shuttered over the weekend, would be made whole, even those over these $250,000 FDIC limit. On top of that, the government has said that there will be no taxpayer bailout of these banks as well. So where are we today? What's going on right now? Well, is this the same thing as the 07-08 financial crisis? Short answer is we don't think so. For one, banks are in a pretty strong position as it relates to where they were then in terms of their balance sheet. On top of that, both of these banks were pretty heavy on the spectrum on pretty high risk profiles, heavy in cryptocurrency for Signature in particular, and Silicon Valley, a lot of its patrons and depositors were heavy in tech stocks, which was part of why there was a run on the bank in the first place. So what does that mean for us today? For one, if you're a Wealth EMP investor, it's important to know that you do not have any exposure to those two banks or any other banks that are on these watch lists that we're seeing today. On top of that, we do think it's important, as is always true, to stick to a well-founded and well-thought-out process when we see market volatility like it is now. No doubt we're going to see more of that. Even as I record this right now, the markets are pretty volatile and trying to find their footing. But a well-founded process can help guide us and help us to not make decisions based on our emotions at these times. On top of that, if you're an investor that also has large cash deposits at a banking institution, in particular over the $250,000 FDIC limit, might be a good time to reconsider that. And if you have questions about that, we feel like we have some good options here at Wealth EMP. If you have other questions, want to find out more about this situation or anything else, we'd love to hear from you. You can always find us at wealthep.com. We appreciate you. Hope you have a great week. Thank you.